Let's find out what's in our community. For 15 years now, Angel Flight Northeast has been providing free flights of healing and hope for countless patients and their families. Here with much more are Larry Camerlin, Jean Loubier, and Jeanette Ty. Thank you all for joining us.
And thank you so much, Kelly, for inviting us on the show tonight. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. And Larry, we'll start with you. So tell us how, for the last 15 years, Angel Flight has been helping people who really need it the most.
Well, Kelly, it's an amazing story. And you probably know we're based at Lawrence Municipal Airport in North Andover. Our very first flight was on May 31st, 1996, where we flew a lieutenant commander in the U.S. Coast Guard from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, down to Newcastle, Delaware. It was a compassion flight because his son had been critically injured and was in the ICU. Since that time, since May 31st, 1996, we have been so blessed to schedule 45,000 flights, flying 60,000 children and adults, almost 10 million miles, to access the critical medical care they need. And there is never a charge. These flights are totally free for everybody. You know, people turn to us at some of the most difficult times of their lives, when they're running out of time, when they've run out of money, their financial resources are limited, and most of all, they're running out of hope. And Angel Flight can turn that stress and anxiety of how am I going to get to the medical care that's going to help save my life or the life of my child or someone I love. And when they hear about us, we turn all that stress into healing and hope. And it's all because of the tremendous generosity of the 1,000 volunteer pilots we have who donate the cost of flying their airplanes, and our 3 commercial airline partners, JetBlue, Cape Air, and Colgan Air. In addition to that, we have wonderful corporate sponsors that help us schedule the 100 flights a week throughout the United States we fly. Now, our primary service area is the 6 New England states and New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. But we do fly people to about 23 states in the eastern United States. And in the past couple of years, we've expanded our services not only to help the civilian population, but we've started our Angels for Armed Forces program, which does the same thing for military men and women and their families that we do for the civilian population. And
you mentioned 1,000 pilots who volunteer. And Jean, you don't have to just be a pilot to volunteer. So tell us about Earth Angels and about your role as chairman of the board.
All right. Our volunteers are a vital part of our organization. We are a nonprofit, and it helps to reduce our costs of operations, which then assures us to maximize our dollars for patient care. And our Earth Angels meet and greet our patients at the airport, bring them to the medical facility, then return them to the airport, and they are a vital part of our program. And certainly we can use a lot more volunteers. And I hope that those out in your listening audience would make themselves available to help our patients. The other side of volunteerism, of course, is I am chairman of the board, and our responsibility is to assist management and to assure fiscal responsibility in our operations, and help the management in developing policies for operations.
And Jeanette, you're one of the creators of the annual Evening of Angels Gala that's coming up in November, and our very own David Wade will be emceeing. So why don't you tell us all about the event?
Yes, we're very honored to have WBZ's David Wade coming back this year to be our Master of Ceremonies for the event. Carol Shapiro and I started this event 14 years ago, and we've been with Angel Flight for 15 years, and we sit on the Partners Council. This year, our event will be held at the Seaport Hotel on November 18th. And we will have a cocktail hour beginning at 5:30 with dinner and dancing to follow. We hold a live and a silent auction where our guests can bid on smaller items or larger items such as jewelry, nice watches, airplane tickets, and trips. This year is very poignant to us because it's our 15th year of service, and we'll pay tribute to those who helped make this all possible. We're also welcoming new guests and sponsors to join us that evening and celebrate. And for sponsorship opportunities or for tickets, please visit our website at angelflightne.org or call our office at 978-794-6868.
And lastly, Larry, is there a limit on the number of flights patients can use with Angel Flight?
Kelly, I'm so glad you asked that question. There's no limit whatsoever. We'll fly people as long as they need to fly for as often as they need to go, with no limit at all. Some people require 6 flights. Other patients, we've flown 400 or 500 flights over 10 or 12 years to get burn care, and all of our patients have to be medically stable and ambulatory. So we're not an air ambulance service, but we provide people who are medically stable, who can walk onto a plane with unlimited access to medical care. And we're thrilled to do it. And as Gene said, for every, when he was talking about financial responsibility, for every dollar we receive in a donation, we can provide $5 of medical air transportation services for our patients and their families.
Well, it is an outstanding organization, Angel Flight. Larry, Gene, and Jeanette, thank you so much for coming in.
And thank you so much for inviting us. I really hope this gets the word out to your viewing community.
And we're looking forward to the event, Evening of Angels, on November 18th at the Seaport. You can reserve your ticket at angelflightne.org.